Hey guys, welcome to Mandy's Not So Small Talk, here where we talk about things that, you know, aren't so small. Maybe they're a little deep, because, yeah, that's who I am. I like to go deep. I go deep, I go deep, I go deep. Yes. But I enjoy things like physical fitness, health, well being, spirituality, and just life in general and relating, like how we relate to others and the self and the world and the self. So yeah, so like and hit subscribe so that you will help get my video out there to others. It will certainly assist me, and I'm so grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. As well as it might, be assistance to someone else that is looking for the same kind of information. And if you seem to have a topic that you are wanting me to talk about or do a video on, of course, comment below and let me know what it is that you want me to create a video about. Definitely love your comments and your suggestions, so please feel free. Now, this episode is about a 5-day water fast. A 5-day water fast. So, I mean, I didn't really know that was possible a while back, and then I heard about this and I'm like, what? We can do this. So there's so many things that we are actually capable of that we don't even realize that our body is capable of. And not only are we capable of it, but it actually is such a huge benefit to our bodies. And I'm going to explain why this is a benefit. What is a 5-day water fast? Well, it's exactly what it says. 5 days fasting, only water. So we actually have this huge attachment to food, and we think that we actually need this food to survive, and we're often eating food. We have a problem of excess, especially like in North America. So we're very blessed, very fortunate, and we're so scared of scarcity, which is so funny because we are so beyond scarcity that it's ridiculous. We don't need as much as we think that we need. And that includes food. We're actually doing a disservice to our body by continuously overloading our body, and then therefore it creates all this inflammation because our body is not able to actually do its own spring cleaning and clean itself out. So there are many benefits to a 5-day water fast that go beyond, that are health benefits as well as spiritual benefits. But of course, I'm focusing more so on the body and the health benefits. It helps with anti-aging. It helps with preventing diseases, which is actually caused by disease. Dis-ease. So your body is going to be in dis-ease when it's like just got so much sludge, like from over build up of working so hard, of continuously putting stuff in the body that it doesn't get time to actually, get rid of all that it needs to get rid of. And that's the problem, is that like it just keeps being built up, especially with the foods that we are eating. A lot of times with the processed foods, the fast foods, processed foods, the sugar, all these things, they're being built up and it's toxic for the body, and the body is not getting it. Is an absolute amazing mechanism that it isn't getting the chance to actually do what it needs to do. It works beautifully, miraculously, knows exactly what to do, but if you continuously put stuff in it and not allow it to work its magic, it starts to just get built up and like tired and sluggish, and things start to go wrong. It starts to get tired, it starts to get lethargic, and maybe there's brain fog, things there's not. Think about it like, okay, so it has like all these tubules to work its way through. It needs an even flow, right? All the pipelines, it needs clear pipelines, but like we're putting stuff in it and it's getting built up, and it's never getting a break to actually completely clean itself out. It's the same thing, you know, when we need to do that with our cars. We often need to, you know, we need to have continuous maintenance. We need to clean the engine and things like that. So we have to do that also to our bodies. It needs to take time out. Same thing, you know, with our homes. We always do a spring cleaning, like a fall cleaning, and every season we're kind of doing a certain clean out of our homes. Well, this is our home. This is the home of our soul. This is our home of, you know, everything that's going on within us. And it also needs some time to have some clearing the sludge and what's not wanted or needed. So with a 5-day water fast as opposed to a shorter term fasts are great too. And there's intermittent fasting, which is also has the benefits, but the 5-day water fast has the benefits in terms of actually getting your body into the stasis of which it is truly eating, getting into autophagy, which is eating all the slow and the dead cells, the ones that aren't functioning and that are just taking up room. So it'll actually eat those for fuel, therefore creating, getting them out of the way and allowing the body to then create more alive cells to do that are actually going to do the job a lot better. These ones, they're no good. They need to get out of the way. Sort of like a house plant. When, you know, you got those dead leaves and you have to prune it. You have to cut off that which no longer serves you, right? Same thing with our relationships. We're supposed to do that too. Everything is the same, you know, when you look at all these aspects, it shows us what we actually need to do in every aspect of life. How we should handle a plant, how we should handle our relationships, how we should handle our bodies. It's pretty cool. So, I want to warn you that you have to do your own research, please. You need to be in a good, healthy state before you're going. Well, I'm not responsible for what you decide to do, okay? You have to do your own research and make sure, you know, with your own medical professionals or your own intuition of what you are doing. You are responsible for your own body. You are responsible for what you put in your body. You're responsible to how you treat your body. You are responsible for your body, nobody else. So make sure that you do your due diligence to make sure that you know what you're doing and that this is a safe thing for you if you should decide to do it. So upon my research, this is just the breakdown. When you do a water fast, when you hit 18 hours of your water fast, your body gets into, it's a handy about because this can change from person to person. In 18 hours, your body will then get into ketosis, which is burning fat instead of glucose for the fuel. So instead of those carbohydrates, those sugars, which is gets turned into glucose, it doesn't have that anymore. So therefore, it's actually turning to your fat and deciding to burn fat for fuel instead. In 24 hours of water fasting, then is the onset of autophagy. Now, autophagy has different, where that autophagy is happening is different per how the duration of your water fast is. It's just the beginning stages of autophagy at 24 hours, where it's eating the old dead cells. It says it's magnified in the liver and the brain after 48 hours. There was a mice study that they did this, and that's how they determined that it was after 48 hours. In 48 hours, when you're on your water fast, that's when your human growth hormone actually accelerates. So the body is super miraculous. So a lot of the worry is, okay, oh my God, I'm going to do this water fast. It's going to eat my muscle. Well, actually, your body is going to produce its own natural human growth hormone. This is what bodybuilders take often and spend tons of money for. And your body actually naturally produces this when you're a child. 4 hours in, congratulations. So now at 54 hours in, your insulin level is dropping to its lowest point. So this is really great when it comes to dealing with and fighting that inflammation that's built up in your body. And so like if you've been already insulin sensitive or insulin resistance, it's fighting that inflammation and helping to get into that regulation of that insulin. This is really great, especially if you're at a risk for at a high risk of developing things like diabetes or chronic diseases such as cancer. This can actually start fighting off those things that causes that inflammation in the body. It's inflammation in the body that actually causes disease. So we don't want our body to be not at ease. So yes, great. So then we get into, we're going to carry on and we're going to keep on going no matter what. We're going to 72 hours. So 72 hours in. So now we're at a great place. Our body is breaking down the old immune cells and it is now regenerating new ones. It leads to stress resistance, self-renewal, and regeneration of the hematopoietic, am I saying that right? I'm not sure. Or the blood cells, the stem cells. So stem cell regeneration. So 72 hours, this process has been shown to preserve healthy white blood cells or the lymphocyte counts in patients undergoing chemotherapy. So such amazing things at 72 hours. So this is ideal. Like our stem cells are being reproduced, our telomeres are being elongated, so we're in anti-aging properties. So this is great. This is the place where, is most ideal per the studies that I read. After 72 hours, then we're in kind of a gray area of where we start possibly breaking down our muscle tissue a little bit more. Some people, now depending what your goals are or what your needs are, that may actually be something to continue on, especially if you're really needing to accelerate that autophagy process and really like have your body eat those really weak cells, depending what's going on in your body. And you would definitely probably need like a medical someone to watch you, a medical professional of some sort, maybe a homeopathic doctor or whatnot. There are people that will do it extended spiritually that have done that too. And it is possible, depending also how much body fat that you have on your body. So that's going to come into play. But other than that, for me personally, 72 hours is like my ideal. I don't want to get into eating my muscle tissue because obviously I like having muscle. What's really important is actually how you break your fast. So if you've done an extended fast, you have to be extremely mindful and have a particular plan of how you break your fast, because your body is not used to food after 5 days, an extended fast. So you have to actually introduce foods in a particular way so that it's not dangerous to your body. And I'll explain that at the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so the next is check out my journeys.
Hello guys, it's Mandy here. Thanks for liking and subscribing below. So this is about my adventure and experience doing a 5-day water fast. So day 1, I'm currently on day 2 as I'm filming this, but day 1 was more challenging so far than today. Definitely felt some of the hunger pains, but whatever, it's just a feeling, so let that pass. What is most difficult is your mind and your attachment to whatever habits you have instilled. So one of my habits that I love is to have a coffee protein smoothie, and I thoroughly enjoy that. And yeah, I have an attachment to that. I like to have it every day. So that was my biggest challenge on day one, because when I would feel like the slight hunger pains, my mind would just think of that smoothie and want it so bad. I didn't really want any like big thing to eat or any solid foods of anything. And so I would then think about try to reason with myself of why I should break the fast, or why I should push the fast to a further date so that I could bask in the pleasure and sensuality of that smoothie and enjoy myself right then and there. But I was able to hold strong and I didn't do it. So yay, on to day two. I woke up and I on to day two. I woke up this morning. I wasn't hungry right away, but as you know, I began to actually wake up, I started to feel those hunger sensations in my stomach again. And I was like, oh, but it wasn't too bad. But I decided to go back to sleep so that I could sleep off a few more. And I didn't have a dream. I've been working on my dreams and wanting to remember them and writing them down. So I didn't have a dream that I remembered when I first woke up, but after I had the nap, I woke up with a dream, and it was quite something. So I was thinking about that a lot after I woke up and interpreting it. I didn't find that, or I don't, I'm still currently in day two, but so far I haven't had too much of a draw towards hunger, and I'm kind of like, I haven't been wanting to break my fast like I was yesterday, combating reasons in my head of why I should push this further into a different, next week. But all that would do was extend something that I want to do, and it really isn't a valid reason for me to be able to do that. So that would just be procrastination for no purpose. So I'm glad I decided to continue on with this in day two. I do find that I think with the dream and thinking about that, definitely in my head a lot more today in terms of other things, not the hunger. I believe that meditation might actually cause that. Meditation, I mean fasting. Fasting's like meditation. So there will be some underlying. To me, fasting is like, it is pretty much a form of meditation. And in fact, many things in life are a form of meditation when it allows things to come up and surface. And so with fasting, I believe that is going to happen because we bury things down, or we get it trapped into our bodies. And then so I believe, and I haven't done any research, this is just my intuition saying it, is that without your body working hard on digestion and whatnot, it allows more space for things to actually start to surface. And when they surface, the trick is to allow what comes up, pay attention to it, identify it, and determine why it is coming up and how to work with that. So, which is why many things in life can be a meditation when you allow it to be. So, that's why I decided to come out for a nice walk out in nature. help ground myself, and it just helps raise the vibration. So this has definitely been some medicine for me, and I'm happy that I'm doing it out with the beautiful sun. The sun is medicine. Nature does raise your vibrations naturally. So and I'm in day 2 and I feel pretty good so far. So hopefully that stays that way. Got a few more days to go. Well, I'm at day 3 complete. I'm in bed. It's pretty late. I'm actually kind of wide awake. Great. I slept in this morning. I definitely wanted to sleep a little more. I did feel hungry. It wasn't too bad for hunger today, actually, except that I did sleep. But I found myself to be really cold. Like my hands and feet were extremely cold, plus just like super chills, which I normally am kind of cold anyways, but this was like more so. Did some looking up, and that's a normal thing to experience on the fast. I know that like you have to be careful with your electrolytes, your magnesium, your potassium, your sodium and whatnot, and that can come into play. I was having a headache all day, so I had plans to do some cleaning and tidying and organizing around the house, but that kind of didn't happen because of my headache. And so I went out to Shoppers and got some hydrolyte, the one with the 7 key electrolytes. Yeah, baby. So I've had 2 of those, which helped my headache significantly. So it can be very dangerous to play around with, like when you are not getting enough potassium, or if you get too much potassium. So you have to really be careful, or those type of electrolytes. So I wanted to make sure I went and did that. One of the benefits is you can really do the vacuum really well. Because there's no food in there. But looking forward to see what tomorrow feels like as day 4, because I think tomorrow will be, when the energy surge should kick in and stuff like that. Definitely notice now I'm urinating more finally at the end of this evening. I didn't really seem like I was urinating any differently otherwise, not that much actually. So that's why I wanted to make sure to get the electrolytes in me and stuff like that. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Yeah. Okay, so this is the end of day 4 of the water fast. So the hunger wasn't bad today. The hunger actually subsided. In the morning, there was a bit of hunger pains. Nothing too crazy, just faint. However, throughout later and in the evening, they had completely subsided. And I actually had energy, and I actually went to the gym. But there was definitely some emotional things. I had a dream, and then I think it triggered some underlying things in me. So emotionally bringing up some things that I wouldn't say dormant. I know about them, but it was just like that I hadn't really dealt with. And so I think, like I said before, your body is not working hard on on digestion or anything like that. So any of those trapped emotions and those any underlying issues get a chance to actually surface. So yeah, it was definitely an emotional day for me. Then in the evening, um, I felt good. I went to the gym. It was in the evening that I went to the gym. Then late at night, the energy, the clarity of the mind has set in. So now it is like 1:30 a.m., 1:45 a.m., and I really am overdue to be asleep. So one more day to go. Yeah.
Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Susie, there's the sun. I'll miss the sun. Sun, miss the golden sun. Please shine down on me.
It's a 5-day water fast. My muscles are completely depleted. There is no glycogen stores, nothing. I feel so tiny, but I'm excited to see when I actually put some food, the difference that it will look. I'm not worried that I've lost too much muscle, so I know that as soon as I get some food and some nutrients and some more sodium and all that kind of jazz, that everything will fill out super. Abs actually don't show up very well when you're completely depleted. But there you go. Vacuuming the house. The house, which is my digestion system. And this is with some food now after got my muscle belly's more full. See, they hold versus before. Nothing was filling up, and now they do. This is day 1, 24 hours complete. Feeling okay, a little bit of a headache, which is normal for detoxifying your body in a cleanse. I'll probably have to get some electrolytes, and that'll probably solve that. So like adding Himalayan salt in your water, like you want to make sure that you have sodium and potassium. So actually I take a electrolyte supplement and use that just to make sure that I have those nutrients, because they're very important for the functioning of your heart and body. So and it's normal to feel a headache as well as you're detoxifying. So just realize that's
an okay thing to feel. Hunger is a funny thing. Most of us are truly not hungry. We just think we're hungry. So fasting is great for you to understand this. Most of our most of our eating is habitual, and so I don't find too much that I'm hungry as more so that I am craving a certain something that I habitually enjoy. Last time I did my fast, I was on these vegan coffee smoothies that I would make. And this time around, I got into Starbucks coffee frappuccinos. Not good. So I knew it was time to stop that habit. And so a lot of times it will be just like, oh, your ego will come into play, right? So your ego will tell you like, oh, something's wrong with you, or your ego will tell you like, start tomorrow. I actually tried to start this fast a couple days ago, and I unfortunately let my ego win because it told me, you know what, you need to do this and this. So like, just break it, and you'll be better off starting tomorrow. And I did that 2 times, and I allowed it to win me over with just start tomorrow, break it and start tomorrow, break it and start tomorrow. But like, what's the point? What's the point of doing that? And it's so funny because it can bring about maybe that's an issue that you're facing in total in life, like some procrastination. So that's something, yeah, definitely I experience. So it's interesting that this comes up. And so that's what fasting can do to you on a spiritual level, deeper than just even the benefits of your physical body, but it helps you to actually, if you can look within and understand the things that are coming up for you or the things that you need to work through as well. So yeah, day one. Okay, so an update. I am now over 3 days into the water fast. I had a crazy headache and had the hot and cold, which are detoxifying symptoms, as well as like a little bit of dehydration. So I made sure to get some electrolytes in me. But I'm pretty sure that the headache was also probably due to, I was drinking caffeine prior, so detoxifying that out of the system. And but on to day 3, I felt the headache, migraine, I had body aches too. Again, part of the detoxifying um, symptoms. And yeah, so day 3, the headache lifted and no more aches and pains. Feeling my mod feels pretty good. The energy is back. I went to the gym, did back and buys. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Every now and then I have some light feeling of like, ooh, that feels like, I would relate that to hunger, but it's nothing too strong or that I can't handle. Currently, right now, I'm feeling a little bit hungry, I guess, after the gym, maybe, but it's not really true hunger, because true hunger is actually supposed to be a different feeling. This is more of like just habitual of what we associate with hunger, and you just have to go through that, because I mean, truly, we can be without food for quite a long time before we actually get into starvation mode. So we are so full of overconsumption, and that's why it's so good to every now and then to take some time and not overconsume and give the body a break and allow the body to like clean itself and reset itself. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm so happy that I don't have a headache. I just thought I'd throw in an update here. I'm actually into day 5, the early hours, and I feel great. My head feels clear. My energy levels are good. Have been great all day. I just have been noticing I've definitely been having the what I would have normally have referred to as the hunger pangs and like wanting to eat something, but I know it's not truly hunger. It's just it's more of a longing for the food. Um, scrolling, maybe through Instagram and whatnot, and seeing some yummy foods, I'm just like, oh, so like it's more of the memory of the food. So it's not truly me being hungry, but it's the mind thinking, wanting, telling you that it's hungry when it's not truly hungry. Um, it's not too overwhelming by any means. Just more, I do notice it. It's like um, that the longing comes when I'm kind of like through something habitual that I may associate with, like, oh, I'm feeling frustrated with this, work, and maybe it's a little slow, and it's like, oh, well, I'll just go get something to eat right now. And it's like, you can't just do that. So you really start to understand where you form your habits through wanting to get food, where it's truly actually not hunger, or like when you're bored and it's like, oh, it would be really nice to eat this right now. So it's more along those lines. And then the ego, which is a protective mechanism, tries to step in and sometimes will like try to trick you into giving up the fast, easy. So you want to be mindful of that. Things like, so I did find that it was starting to get really cold, so I probably needed to add a little more of my electrolytes. And but then the ego's like, whoa, what if what if you didn't nail your electrolytes properly? Like, what if, it could be dangerous? But truthfully, that's where you have to become the observer of your thoughts and talk to your ego back and be like, I did all the research. I know exactly. There's no way that I've done anything wrong with my electrolytes. I have not gone over it. I've, if anything, slightly under it. So, if you're feeling a little bit hungry or cold, it's your body telling you, hey, you need to add a little more of the electrolytes. And I'm way under the daily limits of that too, but I don't want to surge it up, because as I go off my fast, I want to be careful, because when I start putting in proper foods, there's good that transient time of your electrolytes is very delicate, so you want to be careful with that. That's why there's a certain food protocol that you should be following and keeping it safe after your fast, which I'll talk about that a little more after. But anyways, the ego also wanted, because of that, when I do break my fast, I'm just going to be having bone broth for a while. So my ego's like, well, what do you have to do? You're already pretty much in the 5th day. Like, why do you have to go all the way? You're already here. You're only going to be taking in bone broth anyways. So those types of things. And I'm like, hey, ego, the benefits that I want to obtain are when I get up to the full 5 days, the 72 hours. I want the full autophagy benefits. I want my mitochondria superpowered. I want, the good cells eating up the crappy cells, fighting off cancer. I want my gut bacteria. I want the bad bacteria to be dying off. So I want to make this last the full 72 hours. I want to get the full benefits. And I don't need to quit now. And truthfully, when I do have bone broth, I know I'm going to be fully satisfied with that, because your hunger isn't going to be like full bloom right away anyways. And you do have to take food gradually. So really have to talk to that ego and be the observer of your thoughts, and really don't let it fool you. Okay, so your refeed, how you reintroduce food after a fast is super important after extended water fast, because there is the chemistry in your body is very sensitive because it's now changed out of protection mode, and you have to like slowly reintroduce foods into your body because of that. So I'd start with some apple cider vinegar and lemon water, which you can actually take during your fast. And that I didn't really, I didn't know that until after. So the next time I do my fast, I'm actually going to take apple cider vinegar and lemon every single day of my fast. It actually assists and helps. Then the next thing I chose that I read to break the fast is to go with bone broth. I haven't added, one of the reasons that I also wanted to do the fast is because I wanted to get back, reestablish the gut health of my the health of my gut bacteria. And I wanted to kill off, because there's good gut bacteria and there's bad gut bacteria. So I wanted to kill off the bad gut bacteria, and then I wanted to really reintroduce food accordingly so that I'm feeding the good gut bacteria. And a good gut biome is important for your mood, for how your brain works, for it may cause brain fog if you have an overgrowth of bad gut bacteria, and it is directly related to your cognitive function and your mental health. So it's very important. So bone broth is really great for your gut bacteria, and it has collagen in it, and it has so many good benefits. So and it's nice and easy for your body to start reintroducing nutrients. So the first thing to put in your body, I say, is bone broth. So you break your fast with some bone broth, and then you have to wait before you even eat other foods. You may be oh, I'm so excited, I broke my fast and now I get to eat food. Well, slow it down. And the only reason you truly, if you're actually listening to your body's okay with the slow process. It doesn't really truly want a whole bunch of food. So if you think that you want to break it with a whole bunch of food, this is your mind reminding you, just thinking, your ego mind saying remembering of how great food is. It's not truly that your body needs it. So do your bone broth, and then you want to break it keto friendly, because carbs actually cause a nutrient mineral instability. If you put carbs into your body too fast, it can actually be dangerous. So you want to also be careful with your electrolytes. So that's what I was talking about. Is I didn't want, even though I was thinking I could raise my electrolytes at that one point, that my body was could use it. I was nervous of it because I knew I was coming up to the end of my fast, and then I would start putting food into my body, and I didn't want to take in electrolytes and then have the electrolytes of the food consume my body, because you have to be careful because of the law of osmolarity. So the spike of insulin when you do start eating will it can fill up the cell so quickly. Then if it fills the cell wall too quickly, then it can cause damage to the cell. So you have to be careful. You don't want to cause you don't want to damage the cell membrane. Especially you did all this work to get your cells healthy. You want to actually do the food integration properly, so that you don't screw up all the good work that you did. You wanted to repair your cells, and then you don't want to shove food and electrolytes in there when it shouldn't be, and then all of a sudden cause damage. And then what was that good for? So let's do it properly and do it right. So the next would be some easy lean meat. Now if you're vegan, I'm not too sure what you can go for. You can do the research and figure that out. I was looking up, you do want to be careful about certain nuts that you have as well. So just things that are high in fats and low in carbs. You want to control your insulin and have a moderate electrolyte transfer. So like whatever you're eating, an electrolyte is going to be absorbed. So you want to be mindful of the electrolytes in the foods that you're going to be eating as well. So that's why I didn't really want to, like I said, up my electrolytes too much at the end, even though it seemed like my body needed it, because I knew, you know, I'm going to be getting electrolytes when I start. Like the bone broth would have some electrolytes in it as well. So the reason for the carbs is that it's about the thiamine. That's your thiamine gets completely depleted once it doesn't have any of those carbohydrates that you've taken away. So it's already in a depleted level. So then when you eat carbs, thiamine actually breaks down the carbs. So when you eat them, it's going to pull all of your thiamine that you have, which is already depleted. Then it's going to completely pull it all, and then it's going to create this anabolic reaction in your body, and then it could end up giving you like that, like really tired and lethargic feeling, because it was like it created too much of a shock, and then you don't want to. And if it's too much, it can be really dangerous and put you into your body into a shock. So you don't want to feel foggy or groggy, which is like you'll be okay but you're foggy and groggy. You don't want to feel that, because you're probably, like, if you're like me, you did the 5-day fast because you wanted to get away from that kind of feeling. So that's why you really want to take things slowly and do it, you know, apple cider vinegar and lemon, bone broth, lean meats, keto friendly, like some lean chicken, and you want to do, for the 2 days, you want to limit your foods to more fats, other than polysaturated fats, or go low fat because of the digestive enzymes. So I read that MCT oil is okay in small amounts over the few days. You don't really want to eat raw veggies for the first few days because it's a little bit hard to break down. So you actually want to steam your veggies. You want to avoid foods high in oxalates. I think that's like in some of the nuts. Yeah, no nuts. The only one that is okay would be like macadamia nut. You want to avoid grains and gluten. So for the next few days, it's really going to be pretty basic. So basically lean meats like chicken breast. Watch the sauces that you're going to put, like easy on the sauces, very plain, and steamed vegetables, very clean. And then slowly reintroduce things into after that. So like for the next few days, so the first day is apple cider vinegar and lemon. You're gonna do bone broth. I actually did bone broth every morning for the next like while. So we start with the bone broth, and that's good. So guys, I've actually partnered with Juice Plus, and I don't do anything like this lately. I really looked into it, and I actually love and stand behind the product. And the reason I do is because it's not synthetic. It's actually real whole foods. So most of us are taking, but well, you know what? Not all of us are even taking vitamins, but those who know enough about health and want to supplement their health with taking vitamins are often usually taking synthetic vitamins, and the body doesn't process synthetic things as well as it processes, you know, the real whole foods. And Juice Plus is actually a supplement that processes real whole foods. And most of us, we don't eat enough of our fruits and vegetables. Like, let's get real. And especially with the food these days, they're even the fruits and vegetables that we do eat, if they're not organic, they're not, you know, they're actually not, they don't contain as much nutrients as they used to because of the toxins in the soil and all sorts of things. So in order to bridge the gap, we want to supplement our food. Either our busy lifestyles don't allow for us to eat as much fruits and vegetables as we should be eating, or maybe our particular diet. I know sometimes when I'm like training for a competition, I'm definitely not getting enough. I'm getting no fruits and I'm only getting a very limited amount of vegetables. Like everything's pretty basic. So we want to bridge the gap. And then normally people on an everyday are just not getting the fruits and vegetables that we should be getting. So Juice Plus is actually it's not synthetic at all. It's actually the real whole fruits and vegetables in the capsule or the chew. And they also have a vegan omega blend, which contains the omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And they harvest omegas from algae and using a cold pressing technique. So no fishy smell. It's, you know, vegans are able to go ahead and use the omegas, as well as the benefits. Algae has amazing benefits, and most of us are not eating that in our day. So I really, really love this product. So I am going to post my link for you to purchase. As well as they offer we also sell these tower gardens where you can grow your own food all year round, which was what totally made me fall in love with Juice Plus. So these are the kids chewables, and they actually, so one's the fruit, one's the veggies, and they actually taste freaking amazing. Your kids will actually easily eat those. And right now, with every adult order, you get a free order of chews for kids, so it's a great time. So I'm gonna put the link for one for the Juice Plus capsules and the other for the tower. So guys, I wouldn't recommend this if I didn't truly think that it's amazing. So if you're concerned about your health and you want to bridge that gap for your nutrition, you want to get something that is high vibrational and real food from the earth, and this is it. So yeah, thanks for watching, by the way. Like and subscribe.